Okay, so happy Monday, everybody. It's Monday, August 22nd, first day of the 90-day game plan. I hope you're as excited as I am for what's about to happen in the last 90 days, because if it's anything like what happened in the last week around here, it's going to be absolutely insane. Hopefully, I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir around here as far as I'm sure all of you have already gone into your back office, registered for the 90-day game plan, all-in, challenge-y thing where the boot camp deal was. Kathy Coover had a minute 30 video today that, just kind of kicked us off, but this isn't anything we haven't heard before. And I loved Susan Miller's call this morning. I'm going to be honest, I had to listen twice because I kind of fell asleep the first time this morning. So I went back and I listened again because I think I was having a dream about hanging out with Elaine Moody, not actually having her talk on the call. So I had to kind of go back and listen. But even though there was a lot of great stuff on that call, this isn't anything we haven't heard before. We know how this builds. We know if we're setting goals that I don't care how many math equations we do and how many times we figure out this is exactly how many people. It all boils down to actually enrolling new people. This is the lifeblood of what we do. And you can't get that math equation to work if you don't talk to anybody and get them enrolled. So, Heather is actually going to lead tonight's call because she's not on crazy meds like I am. And I know that her brain is working better than mine as far as talking about the Eric Worre strategy to front load this 90-day game plan. Because this is the crux of it. It's reaching out to as many people as humanly possible so that we have people in a pipeline to follow up with and to get enrolled. And whether we're talking to them about starting with their own health, which, we know that's where the numbers lie in this. Most people, even looking at this, all of you guys came in for your health first, every single one of you. And, we know that just as Susan said this morning on the call, we have our fans who turn, or our product users who turn into fans, who turn into business builders. It's a progression of things. But again, if we're not focusing on reaching out to at least 3 to 5 people a day, then we're not going to be enrolling 2 to 4 a week. It's all in the double PIBs. You enroll 8 people a month, you guys, this team is going to freaking explode. And, on Saturday, I think it was Saturday that I threw out that challenge. No, it was Sunday. When I said, okay, go out. No, it was Saturday. And I said, go out, 3 of you have double or have 1 enrollment right now. Go get double PIBs. First one wins a prize. And less than 3 hours later, 3 of you did it. All 3 that I named. Bam, bam, bam. Kyle ends up making manager, getting $100 because Tyler, ended up getting consultant. And Tyler made money and he was stoked. And everybody's happy because there was a lot of money made on this team last week. And then Melissa, dude, I didn't even know you were running last week. I feel terrible. I wish I could have helped. But obviously, you didn't need it because you knew what to do. Because we all know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. But the front-loading strategy that Eric Worre talked about in the leadership meeting, yes, I'm sure. Melissa, you were there, right, at the leadership meeting? Oh, no. Oh, yay. So this is absolutely necessary. I need a refresher course. And I know that Heather is going to explain it in a way that will make you feel like you were there because she rocks. So I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to hand this call over to the beautiful Heather, who had an amazing week last week, enrolling 3 people, and she's already at 20 points in the challenge, which means she earned all 3 of the $1 million prizes for the month. She got the cup, she got the exercise band, and she got the cute little journal. You guys can all do this. And Melissa wasn't even running. See, that's how this works. I enrolled a lot and happened to look. Enrolling. Again, there's no strategy, just enroll people, and it's going to happen over time. So again, okay, I'm shutting up, and Heather is not, and there we go.
Well, that's a super great segue, Jen, because it's exactly what Jen and I didn't talk about this much, and I am going to discuss this whole, what front loading, what Eric meant by that. And so I'm just going to go through I went through my notes once today, and so, you know, forgive me if I look down, but I don't want to miss anything, because we took copious notes at this seminar. And can you not hear me?
Oh, I just can't like be quiet. Take notes, guys, because this stuff. I mean, if yeah, awesome.
Is everybody ready to take notes? I'll
Ready.
give you a second if you're not. Okay. Like, you're so cute, Veronica. Okay, so first of all, Eric Worre is super charming and super funny and very easy to listen to. So when we get an opportunity to listen to him again, we're going to do that all together. But I wanted to start with a couple of nugget quotes that he opened with that really are congruent with what Jen was just saying, which was the reason people join your organization are rarely the reason they stay. And I think that's rather poignant, because I think we could all maybe raise our hand and say, yep, that was me. I definitely didn't join Isagenix for the business opportunity, and now they're never going to be able to get rid of me. So Eric also talked about, you know, let it be okay to be a product champion. And I think some of us are in that place right now. Let it be okay to be a product of the product, to really champion what these products can do for you, because it instills belief in us like nothing else. So, you know, we've heard people say that different ways. I really love the way he said it. And then this was, again, a leadership seminar. So, you know, this is going to translate into a different realm of talking about leadership. So whether you have one person on your team or 20 or 30 people on your team, you're a leader. If you've enrolled someone, you're a leader. And you have to duplicate leadership, because if you don't, your business stays stagnant. And he explained how it's virtually impossible to grow your business 10% per year without developing leaders. And I know Jen's talked about this before, because she was she was doing well, but staying at the same place for a while. And it's because she was enrolling, but there wasn't, you know, struggling with the leadership development part of it. And I think that's where we've all caught on how we can take this a little bit further. So these are some facts he gave us, and these are going to blow your mind. In the first 6 months of enrolling someone, if they make $0, your chance of retention with them is about 25%. You have 25 out of 100 chance that person may stick around with $0. If that person earns $1, your chance of retaining them as a customer goes up to 75%. 75%. And then if they make $99 a month or more in that first 6 months that they're your associate, you have a 99% chance of retention for a very long time. So those numbers are rather chilling for me. I just got goosebumps again. So he referenced the movie Moneyball a lot. I don't know, has anybody not seen the movie Moneyball? I'm going to guess it. Nick hasn't seen it. Moneyball is a baseball movie where the statisticians get involved with the manager of a baseball team, because the baseball coaches are always trying to find the next home run hitter. I just want the next home run hitter. I want a superstar. And the statistician said, if you just keep getting guys that will hit first base, you will win the World Series. And so that's what this movie's about. And it's based on a true story, and it totally works. So Eric references the kind of Moneyball reference a lot. He's basically saying, hit first base, enroll someone. Just basically enroll them. You don't know if they're the next business builder or not. Don't judge it. Don't assume it. Get them on first base. Get the products in their body. See where it goes. So that was he kind of did his whole big morning segment opener kind of thing, besides being charming and funny, was, you know, he explained to us that importance of those early numbers and the retention. And he just said, remember the magic of that $1. Just don't ever forget the magic of that $1. Imagine every time your associate first gets that little black card, it could be $25. Every single time they go, huh? And so, you know, he feels there's a lot of power in that. Also, he says you need super recruiters. And what he means by that is that people in your team, in your business, that are eventually going to bring in 10 people. If you've got someone who's enrolled 10 people, you're what the industry would consider the beginnings of a super recruiter. And if 2% of your associates recruit 10 people each, then you'll do okay. You're not going to decline. If 3% of your team recruits 10 people, the possibility of you having double-digit growth in a year is exponential. If 4%, so you just go these tiny little numbers, make these huge changes. If 4% of your associates on your team recruit 10 people each, just 4% of them, that creates the momentum that we're talking about that gets you to 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So that's the place that you're really, really wanting to get to is consider that eventually out of every 10 people you enroll, can 4 of them recruit 10 people. They don't have to be crazy business builders that want to be in calls everybody, but can they do U+2 a few times? Probably. So he basically just has this big, serious feeling and nailed this one in really hard. He said, anyone who makes a decision to recruit 10 people can recruit 10 people. Anyone who makes the decision. So most of us have done it, but we're going to want to encourage our people to do it. And they think it's really hard. But if you just make a decision that this is what I'm going to do, then this is what we're going to do. So his third point in this segment was pretty significant. I think it was pretty significant for Jen this time because I think there was me, Angelina, Veronica, Kyle, and Louie with her at Celebration. She had 5 people that she brought to Celebration. For every major event that one of your team attends, so we're talking Celebration, NYKO, the bigger stuff, destination events, for every person that goes with you, expect to earn $1,000 a year from that simply happening. So Jen could look side to side at Celebration and go, Eric's saying this is $4,000 or $5,000 for me this year. Okay. That's why you want to get people to events, because what happens, and you guys see what happened, all of us that went, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. We went crazy with belief. And so he's giving us the actual numbers from the industry on what happens when that happens. So keep that in mind as we're looking at NYKO and who we want to bring with us. So he did a big thing on connecting, and Stacy touched on this in the contagious call. I wanted to go a little bit deeper in it because Louie and I, in fact, practiced it a lot together. It was really funny. But connecting your story, Eric had actually 4 points instead of like the regular Isagenix 30-second story. Both are great, but with the 4 part, he says, so this is, write this down. Now I sound like Susan Sly. Write this down. You want to say your background. I am a blank. So I am a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids, 1 in show business. You see what I'm saying? Whoever you are. Nix, I'm a substitute teacher with a busy 12-year-old boy, blah, blah, blah. The second thing you are going to say, your number 2 point on your story, is what don't you like about it? What don't you like about it? Do you not like how much time you don't have to do certain things? I don't have enough time to go work out. I don't have enough time to prep great meals. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What don't you like about it? Then your number 3 is, I was so excited to find a solution. Because we all know that we've been given the gift of this solution to whatever we didn't like in number 2, right? And then last, now, how do you feel about the future? So if you say that out loud in the mirror, into your phone so you can watch it, whatever, I am a super busy stay-at-home mom with no time for myself and, find myself exhausted and overwhelmed and I never get enough sleep. What I don't like about that is I just feel sometimes like I'm all over the place and just can't pull myself together. But then my friend Jen gave me the gift of Isagenix, and it is a solution that not only am I releasing a ton of weight and I have a ton of energy, but I've even found a way to make some money in the pockets of my time. And now in my future, I see vacations. I see debt relief. I see not worrying about my son going to college, and it's just amazing. Now think about that though, and skip 1 and 2, because this is what a lot of us do a lot of the time, myself included, busted all the time. You go right to number 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have this super awesome product. You got to have it. You want it, right? I mean, it's so great. Why wouldn't you want it? And now I'm so excited, and I'm totally getting skinny, and I have all this energy, and they're just like, you know, you can't skip 1 and 2. You've got to open up and be vulnerable before you get to 3 and 4. So I know, you know, we heard about that a little bit. I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth in that, because if you skip to 3 and 4, it's really yucky. And, you know, we also do that prejudger thing. And Eric made us go, he said, I want you to find someone in the room who's completely different than you. And so, you know, you're looking around and you're trying to find like someone who's different. I don't know, some big giant guy, I don't know. And what he forced us to realize is that the differences you think exist between that person and you, they don't exist. We all have commonality. And that's a really, you know, amazing key thing to grab onto when you're connecting with people, is don't assume you don't have anything in common. I assure you, you probably do. And the more vulnerable you are about what you didn't like about your life before, the more vulnerable you are about your number 2, the more someone else is going to trust you with what you know is true, which is that these products are amazing. But they're going to trust you if you're honest and open and vulnerable, that your life wasn't so peachy keen and so perfect, because we've all had our moments. So that was kind of where he left the morning session, and then we had a break. We came back in the afternoon. Everybody returned. I mean, you were, you know, hoping to get a seat closer for the second half. And right away he started talking about entrepreneurship and the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur. So most of us know that, you know, employees trade time for money. Entrepreneurs invest time for a return. And I think that's really, really important for some of us on our team right now, because a lot of us are putting in a lot of hours. We're putting in a lot of effort, and it might not be seeing the return right now. We might only be seeing a couple cycles here and there. We haven't hit the double PIVs in a while. But, you know, it's a perfect example of those planting seeds, and they grow later. It's just another way that he was saying, while you might not be feeling a return on your investment now, hi Riley. You want to say, why am I doing this? Why am I doing all this work? Because you're investing in your future. So it's the same way you invest money, you invest time. And right now, sometimes we're investing our time in what's going to happen later. We're not trading money for time. We're investing in something that eventually is going to be this residual income that you don't have to put so much time into. So he says, be an investor with your energy. Number 1, invest. Number 2, work. Do the work. If you don't do the 3 reach outs, and you don't do the follow-ups, and you don't help and share time too. I mean, you put yourself out there, get on 3-way calls to help other people. I mean, every time I do a 3-way call for Nick, I learn something. That's an investment not only in her potential associate, but in my team and, you know, in my future in general. So then he says, create support, which is what I think this team's really good at already. So does anyone have any questions so far where I sip some mama juice? Okay. People are chatting. What does it say? I don't know. Do I need to read it? Okay. So going to my next notes. So this is the part I promised Nicole. So here you go, baby. He says there are 10 habits to make this investment serious entrepreneurship. 10 habits. The first one is vision. I think we're all got some vision going on right now. that most people misuse their imagination, and that they imagine adversity. They imagine the person saying no. They imagine the objections. But strong leaders imagine success. They imagine their team's success. They imagine success, not the bad stuff. They imagine rank. Imagine, I don't even understand all the Isagenix ranks still, but I imagine something platinum. If we're not imagining platinum, why bother? That's where we want to get. And that he says, once you lock in your subconscious mind, then everything kicks in, because your subconscious is just continuing to tell you that you're going platinum. Number 2 is belief. Your belief, grow it big, grow it fast, and get it solid. Again, I think this team's pretty good with that, but why not take it one step further? Number 3, simplicity. Talk to people. Send them to GetFit.global. Enroll them. Send them a welcome email. Put them in a Facebook group. Duplicate. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Number 4, big one. This one's really important to me and Jen, so put 5 stars around it and live it every day. Positivity. No gossip. No negativity. If you need to vent about something, like Jen and I do it together, Nick and I do it together, you get 30 seconds to vent and then let it go. I don't want to hear about it. It's gone. It's done. It's over. We got to vent sometimes. Frustrations are real, but don't stay in it. Don't stay with it. Move on. We don't have time for that nonsense. 5, hard work. Develop the habit and get an accountability partner. Whether it's for your workouts, whether it's for your reach outs, whatever you need the help with the accountability for, get it. And I so believe this with every fiber of my being. He stood up, he put his hands in the air, and he said, Facebook and Instagram will steal years of your life. Put a timer, set a timer. There's some, when the Susan Sly breakout session is available on the celebration, watch that. She talks about it too and gives some great suggestions on how to manage that a little bit. And so do I heard the Lori Harder does as well from her breakout session. They'll give us some tips on how to manage your Facebook time, because we need to be on it to build our business, but you don't want to get sucked in, so there's that. And he says, be unreasonable about your belief in the products in this business. So we all struggle with wanting to be that person that's just of reason. Let's be reasonable about this. I don't know, Jen, how many managers do you think I want to be reasonable? I want to hit my goals. Reminded myself here that Eric says be unreasonable. Go crazy. What do you want to be unreasonable about? The world wants us to fit in. Even we sometimes want each other to fit a certain mold. He says be unreasonable. Be crazy. Say, I'm going to enroll 50 people this month. Now, it sounds silly, and I even found myself in my 90-day game plan kind of looking at my numbers like, well, I want to make numbers that I'm going to hit. Well, wait a second. If you say, so he did this big drawing, whatever, I think I can do it with my hands. Here is where it's like, yeah, whatever. And you say, well, I want to enroll 20 people this month. So I'm going to say 20, and I'll probably hit 20. What if you say 50? The chances are 50 might be a little crazy. Maybe, maybe not. You never know. But chances are you're going to hit somewhere between 20 and 50. So don't forget that when you're goal setting. That don't go too crazy and too reasonable in your goals. Go higher, because if you don't reach for the stars, you're not going to get there. But you don't need to land on top of the star. Eric says, fly by it, get a little closer, and that's where you'll find success in your business. So, he says the magic in it is the stretching for it, the place between that 20 you think you can hit and that 50 that you think is too high. He says the magic in your growth is in the middle. So that was number 5. Number 6 is focus. I don't even know what to say about focus, but if you're not focused, he he's like, if you're not focused, just get out. You know, there's just no reason. We're focused. So I don't want to insult your intelligence with that one. And then number 7 was he came back to be unreasonable. So the unreasonable thing is really important to him. Number 8 was promotion. Leaders are promoters. Promoters eliminate fear, eliminate distractions, and eliminate excuses. You can't just be a follower. You want to be a promoter. We are promoters of great health. We're promoters of wellness. We're promoters of helping people. You know, so it's not just who can I help today. It's really, really, I would like to know who can I help today. So I really think that's what he meant by that. Number 9 was strategy. And what he said about strategy really surprised me, because I thought he was going to give me some little strategy to write down. And what he said was, write down a strategy, plan a strategy. We have a strategy of 90-day game plan right now. It's on paper. It's going to change. Strategy may change. You may try something. It might not work. You may try a different strategy. It might work. Whatever the case may be, your strategy can change, but your vision can't. Write that down. Your strategy can change, but your vision can't. And then his last habit was that of immersion. Do you want this or not? Is Isagenix your primary focus? I know I feel this one in my heart today because I'm ripping my house apart. I mean, ripping it. There are things happening, things coming off walls, things going in trash bags, because all I want to do is make room for my new vision board and all my stuff. And you know, this I can't wait to show everybody pictures at the end of the week. But immersion, get your skin in the game. Buy stock, he says. Buy stock. The timing's now. And what he means by buy stock is dig into that 90-day game plan like you have never done. And then, how are we doing on time, Jen? Okay, got a couple more. So he did this really, really poignant visual example of an airplane. And, you know, if you're going to have an airplane take off the ground, you know, let's imagine we got a little airplane, you know, here, got a little airplane, and it's flying, and you rev that airplane up to 50%. You might go like this a little bit, maybe try to get off the ground. But at 50%, your airplane is not going to fly. Try it again even at 75%. Oh, it might get a little like this, but it's not getting off the ground. It isn't until this full throttle, 100%, all engines blowing, is your airplane going to take off. So think about that with the energy and passion that you want to put in to your 90-day game plan. Is imagine Eric's airplane. Do you want your airplane to take off or not? I'd like mine to take off with every seat filled, you know? And then he wrapped it up with this front loading thing that Jen's talking about. You're going to make a decision. You're going to pick a time frame and do it. We all did that, right? And maybe after tonight, maybe we're all going to go and add 5 more people to it. Maybe. Number 2, develop a recruiting mindset. Always have whatever you're wearing, those are your recruiting clothes. If you're in your gym clothes, if you're in your mommy clothes, if you're in your office clothes, you're recruiting. You're in your recruiting, you've got your recruiting hat on. So don't think that because you're not feeling it in the moment that you shouldn't be doing it. Sometimes that's the best time to do it because, oh, you might be vulnerable. And then number 3, collect friends. So it's not that we don't want to act like we're people's new friends, though you really want to genuinely connect with people and make friends with them. Jen and I will tell our story over and over and over again until we're millionaires. We knew each other. We knew of each other. We knew of each other's character. We knew and then, you know, then we reacquainted on Facebook. But we didn't really, really become as good friends as we are until Isagenix. Isagenix is what made us really good friends. We were friends. We would, you know, drink together, dance together, whatever. But there's a difference in that connection. You never, ever, ever know who those people in your future are. Because I'm sure that 18 months ago, if someone said, hey, Jen, Heather Simon's going to be your next, runner. She would have been like, what are you talking about? So you just don't know. 4, develop positive daily habits. Just do it. Pick 3 new habits that are positive that knock out some of your old negative ones, no matter what they are. Mine's probably get mad at my dogs. I get mad at my dogs all the time. I need to stop doing that. Number 5, always be prepared. So if you don't have those business cards, get them. We can develop something congruent as a team if you want, whatever the case may be. We all know we can get a bunch of business cards at Vistaprint for $10. So, or any of those other. I don't work for Vistaprint. I'm just saying. Number 6, enthusiasm. When all's said and done, it's contagious. We know it. We live it. We breathe it. I had an AT&T guy here switching my internet. I was working on my vision board as he walked by a couple times. He goes, were you in Las Vegas like last week? I said, yeah, I was. He goes, oh my gosh, me and my wife were there. You guys are kind of like really happy. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those crazy, happy, sparkly people. That's me. I said, he goes, we talked to people. They kept trying to get us to come into their thing with them. And I'm like, oh, I probably would have just given you this card and asked you to give me yours and that I'd talk to you about it another time. And he goes, oh, well, can we do that? So, just know that the enthusiasm is contagious. People notice. People definitely noticed in Vegas. It was very funny. And number 7 was think bigger and faster. That it's okay to be a visionary. And when he says think bigger, faster, he means think bigger, faster. Here's what he told us we should be doing. So I wrote that I wanted to enroll 20 people in my 90-day game plan. And then I went back to my Eric Worre notes. He says 20 and 30. 20 people in 30 days. Get 125 appointments to get 20. You text message 200 people. Get 125 appointments, whether they're phone, messengering, belly to belly, and that intensity grows as soon as you get in that mode. And when the intensity grows, that's how you front load your first 30 days. You decide, I'm going to get 20 people in 30 days. You tell the world, you tell whoever you need to tell, get out of my way because I'm getting 20 people in 30 days. And then figure it out. I don't know how exactly we're going to do that. That's what Eric says, just figure it out. I don't know. I don't care. Just get it going. Once you get it going, you'll figure it out. So, he there was a little bit more, but I think it was about, I think the leaders that were in the room, they were a little beyond me, so I didn't connect with it as much. It was, because he said that for those of us that were managers in the room, that it was really sweet that we were there, and we should feel lucky to be invited, because really nobody should be in the room unless they're executive. So it was very like, welcome manager guests. So he took it to another level that maybe we could talk about a different time. But at the end of the day, he said, I want you all to think this always. And so I really took this one to heart. I have the ability to breathe life into my team's dreams. I have the ability to breathe life into my team's dreams. And that he hopes, so because I'm kind of sharing his words with you, so I'm going to share his words with you. He hopes that a little piece of him goes with all of us every day. And that, he at the end of the day, he just wants to help people. He could be doing a lot of things, and I'm sure he could make money no matter what he's doing. But he's decided to give himself like this to help all of us. So hopefully that was a little more in-depth of the whole Eric Worre thing. I look forward, and I haven't even finished his whole book yet, and now I can't wait. And if you don't know what his book is, that's GoPro. You can sign up for his website. I gain nothing by telling you about Eric Worre, except for that Jen and I thought it was really important that we get all these nuggets to the whole team. So that's what I got.
Absolutely. And if you guys, I listened to GoPro on audio. It's like a 8 MP3 set that he gave us years ago at my first event, I think. I have it in my Dropbox. You know, I literally, I keep it on my iPhone. About every 3 months, I listen to it again because I always hear something new in it. I think Eric Worre, you know, he's a champion for the network marketing profession. You know, not just Isagenix, but yeah, I mean, he does definitely love us because he spends a lot of time with us. The one Eric Worre strategy that I think is very critical for front loading is, you know, if you're up for the challenge, it's 10 days of your life. Contact, what was it, 100 people in 10 days, right?
125.
125 people in 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, it's 12 people a day. For 10 days. And what that's going to do to your next 90 days is going to be absolutely insane. So I know I was aiming for 10 a day, but now it's 12. Thanks, Heather. But see, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen when I think bigger and when I try to, you know, and really there's so many people on my list right now where it's just reaching out and getting it done because, you know, I love what Heather said. It's like it's echoing in my brain over and over and over again. We are going to tell our stories over and over and over again until we're millionaires. We're all going to do that, every one of us, over and over and over again. And some people are going to like our story and some people aren't, but it's not going to stop us from telling it and it's not going to stop us from succeeding because there's people out there that need us and we can breathe life into people. We can show them this thing that they didn't even know existed, that we didn't even know existed, but now we do, you know, and we
can breathe life into our team's dreams.
Yep, absolutely. We've got team out there. Like Stephanie yesterday came, you know, to Veronica's party. She's been enrolled forever. And, you know, I think we might have breathed a little life back into Stephanie yesterday, which is a beautiful thing. And about the promoting too. We have an event on Saturday. We're all going, yes? Yes. Melissa, I wish you lived closer. But I'm sure you've got something on Saturday too. It's all the recap events. Get people there. Invite like you've got the hottest freaking party in town going this coming Saturday. And because we know that even with small events, every single person you get there, they see it for more than us. They see it for real. And, you know, I mean, Veronica invited some random freaking awesome doctor at Starbucks to her party, and he showed up. We don't know who's going to show up. She's in line at Starbucks, and she's like, you look familiar. And next thing you know, we've got this, like amazing doctor who shows up. And, I mean, who knows where that'll go, but if she hadn't asked him, he'd never have been there. So, I mean, you just don't know. But promote. This is the most awesome event we are ever going to in our lives on Saturday. It's cheap as hell. Nobody has to fly anywhere. We should be able to pack that. So, with that, I think that's all I've got for tonight. Heather, that was a beautiful job. Thank you so much for reiterating everything that Eric Worre had to say. If you haven't read GoPro, let me know. I'll give you an invitation to my Dropbox so you can throw it in the car. And everybody, get those reach outs done. Get them done. Let me know if you want accountability. If you want an accountability thread, we can put one together. Or if you just want to go frickin' do it, just go frickin' do it. 125 people in the next 10 days starting tomorrow. Go.
Jen, why don't we say, the last thing we need is another thread, but why don't we say that you post in Get West when your 125 are done. Another thing Eric said, and he said 10 every day, but he said don't forget that you can work in bursts. Yeah. So for somebody like me, my reach out days, I have 3 days where both of my kids are going to be in school for a certain amount of time. I'm doing 30 whatever each those days because then I have time to respond. And but you know, he really supported that idea too. So it's like, you know, it's a daily goal, it's a weekly goal. He didn't say it, he said work it in bursts if you have to, but get those, you know, 100 is good. 125 is going to probably get you 20 and 30.
Absolutely. And just like the airplane analogy, this business grows so much faster and easier with momentum. Yes. You know, rip the Band-Aid off and just seriously reach out to 30 people, enter and run away. But that's 30 of them done, right? I mean, technically in 5 days, you could do 25 a day. You can do 50 a day for 3 days and be done. Just rip the Band-Aid off, because I know we also.
You're terrible at math, Jen.
Huh?
You're so terrible at math.
Whatever. Then
50 for 3 days is 150. Go do that.
Do 75 a day for 7 days, and that's the 325. Go. Whatever. You knew what I meant. But yeah, what we do now is going to allow us to do stuff that we would have never done later, because we just ripped the Band-Aid off, let go of the fear, and frickin' kick some ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that note, I got to go take a pain pill. So I love you guys. And yeah, we'll chat more during the week. Let me know if you need anything. I'm totally available for 3-way calls from the couch. I'm here. So, yeah, and then Angelina's got an event on Thursday. It's like a booth event that I'm going to help her with from 12 to 4. So that'll be exciting. Veronica, do you have something, or were you just playing with your pen? I can almost hear you now. Did you?
What time is the event on Saturday?
Oh, the booth event's from 12 to 4.
And what about on Saturday?
What's that? Oh, on Saturday. It's from 8:30 to Heather and Nicole. Anybody?
4? Was it 4?
That's like 5 days away. I just know I'm going and I have a ticket.
You are so funny. 8:30 to 3:30. I was thinking you were right, Nicole. I was thinking it was 8:30 to 3:30. I'm going to be there. I think registration starts at 8:30. The actual event starts probably at 9. So I'm hoping that my car will be filled with people. But if not, we can all carpool. So figure it out. I know Angelina's going for sure too. So yeah, we'll figure it out from there. But if you haven't registered yet, I'll post the link in Get West here in about 2 minutes, because I need to buy my tickets. I've just been lagging. So
how much are the tickets for guests?
I think guests are free.
I thought guests were free too. Hold on, I'm looking as we speak here.
In this group, guys, me and Jen and Nicole went to a Super Saturday with them before. Ellen Bradley Gaines, you saw Kathy, refer to her in the very beginning. Rhonda, is it Rhonda Collier? Is that her name, Jen? Yeah, she is fantastic. I mean, Jeff and Debbie Beebe, that's like, these are like big, they're like, Jessica Johnson, North Carolina kind of thing. Maybe not that big, but there's some power behind them, and they were incredibly powerful and incredibly entertaining. You want your people to see these people. They got it going on.
Will the guests be there all day? Because sometimes the guests only go for like the first hour. Is it
the guests are allowed to go as long as they want. I'm looking at the Evite right now. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, the 27th. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, pre-register $15 at the door, $20. Guests are free. And guests can stay up all dang day if they want. They have, 9 a.m. doors open, 9:30 it really starts. Registration at 8:30, but it actually starts at 9:30. They're going to do a 1-hour basically opportunity presentation from 9:30 to 10:30. Then they're going to take what they're calling a sign-up break. And then we go directly into celebration recap at 10:45. There is a 12:30 lunch. And then they're doing breakout sessions. This is the first time they've ever tried this. So they've got one on connecting, one on social media, one on Map to Crystal Exec and comp plan questions, Ellen on launching new leaders. Then we're all getting back together at 2:30 for a thing with Ellen on building to events, and then it ends at 3. Okay. This is a pretty cool little thing. Let's see. Oh, God.
Yeah, and bring your lunch, too, because the food at that hotel is crappy.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like a cheesy Holiday Inn place, so definitely bring something you want to eat.
Yeah, you're going to want to bring your own food for sure.
But the crappy food is totally worth the quality of people that you get. And
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the billing on this. There's a lot of really, really good people here. Yeah, this is one of my favorite groups so far. And then there's somebody from corporate here too, but they haven't quite specified who it is.
well, one of the guys that enrolled at their last Super Saturday, he was randomly picked out. I don't know if it was in the David Wood segment or some. I forget which segment it was in there.
Yes.
His name was Real or something. How many people do you have under you? He's like 47. I'm like, wait a second, 47? He just enrolled. He was just enrolled at the Super Saturday that we
those people. But that's me.
Well, whatever.
we disagree on this, but it was. I don't know. I mean, he totally could have, but I don't know. It sounded fishy to me. Why is my Facebook being a bullhead?
We should probably stop recording, Jen.
Oh.
Yeah. Whoops.
Hold on. All right. Bye, recording people. Have a great week.
I hope that guy wasn't listening.
Yeah, my one.